Right on time, chat. You can't say anything today. You had to be very, very nice and send lots of super chats and gifted memberships right on time today. No negativity, all positivity. Ryan's here. Let's behave. What's up, Ryan?
Not much. Yeah, on time. The most important thing we do is start this stream on time because it's very professional, and we want to set the tone early for something like that. So that's why it's so important that we can't even be 1 minute late.
That's right. The most professional show on the internet. I'm even running my cheap webcam today to ensure that we have an amazing show. That's how dedicated I am. I mean, how many YouTubers out there are you going to find that are so dedicated? They're like, I'm willing to use my cheaper camera to make sure we have a high quality show. Just saying.
Yeah, it feels like the more advanced your technology gets, the more problems you have.
This is very true. Yeah. Do you just mean that specific for me or for you too?
Mostly for you.
I think I think it's that way for everybody though.
Well, it's that way for you and Gary. Gary, I don't think you can just justify that based off Gary. I just think it's like the more we've seen from Gary, the more we realize, holy fuck, this man has like technology is a problem for him. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to hire somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm going to go after this guy who works for Crowder, Quarter Black Gary. I'm going to bring him over. God, Garrett really ripped him off on that one, didn't he? He's like, he's going to handle all my technical issues. Well, maybe not. But he did add some diversity to the stream.
Oh, man. Well, we had a good day yesterday. Me and Ryan got in a fight as usual. And then after everybody's like, they're done. And then Ryan made an appearance on CobraCast. And now everybody's asking you to come back to CobraCast now. Well, so now you're committed. You got to come back to CobraCast.
This is why I keep my appearances on other streams very limited, because I have to come back.
I know.
Which is not typically something I like to
do. It was a fun stream, though. We got to laugh at the commander-in-chief, apparently, but we're not going to get into all of that because we have more important things to talk about around here, namely the Acolyte and Black Captain America. Ladies and gentlemen, the trailer is here. I have not seen it yet. I think it dropped a few hours ago, according to Ryan. So
Black Captain Falcon America 4.
Yeah, there we go. New World Order.
Brave New World.
I know. It was supposed to be
basically the same. Yeah,
it was supposed to be New World Order, right? Wasn't it the original title?
Captain America. Yeah, they changed it Brave New World, which, if you've ever read like the book Brave New World, it's almost like worse. It is talking about like this dystopian future and shit.
Yeah,
which is kind of funny. So they tried to change the title because they didn't want to be associated with that. I don't know if it works super well, but
guess we'll find out. We'll be watching that here very soon.
They should have called it Falcon. I think more people would have gone to see it.
Christian Rocker for $4.99 says my favorite part of the Cap 4 trailer is when Ross said, "Ross, you're not Trump." When he tells Ross you're not Trump, then Shield slams him yelling, "This is MAGA country," and I agree with Jay. By the way, Christian Rocker, I saw you commented on my on CobraCast last night after the fact. You said you thought that I missed your super chat. It was a lot of super chats. I don't recall if I read yours or not, but I will. I do apologize if I did miss it. I just don't know if I got to it or not. So my apologies if I missed it, but I did see your comment. So thank you for letting me know. Arnold, squash an N-word. I have to say that a lot more careful than Ryan, because unlike Ryan, I've actually said a word on the internet before. Sometimes I wonder if my homies gay.
Listen, I've never said that word in my life, so I have no worries about just like going through it, because I know I would never say that word ever. Not once in my life, not listening to a rap song, not while sitting in traffic cursing. I've never said the word. So I don't have to worry about it accidentally slipping out like you do, Jeremy.
Yeah. Does anyone believe that right now in the chat? I'm just curious. Does anyone believe that? As a person that's had many a phone calls with Ryan, I can confirm that that is not true. Where's Mari Povich to get the lie detector out?
Let's not do a poll. Do you think Ryan has said the N-word, yes or no? That'd be like just the perfect screenshot for somebody to grab on the show.
Sometimes I wonder if my homie's gay, says Arnold. G&G Play Highlight says, hail, I think I fixed the Gladiator 2 trailer. Just needed the lyrics removed. Check it out on my channel if you have the chance. The non-parody vid. Thank you, Geeks and Gamers Play Highlights. Lord of the Ree.
Did you see Gary's?
I did. I put it in my video last night.
Okay.
I didn't put the whole thing because I didn't know if I could put that whole thing. So I put the part where he starts singing it, in my video. I didn't know if I could play that whole song or not. So I just didn't do it.
All-Star song?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. Lord of the Ree says, ban Lofty. Jeremy's camera is gay, says, thanks for the new cam crash pics last night. Yeah, there were quite a few of those last night. There was quite a few. But it was a good stream. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I did see Gary's edit of that. And, man, that trailer... The more I watch that trailer, the more it is frustrating because I do think the first half of that trailer, there's a lot of promise.
I think it's fine,
and I think overall, I think the movie's probably not going to be terrible. But that trailer it's tonally so, it just throws it so out of whack in that second half. But I think there's a lot of good in that trailer. And there's a lot of good potential in that movie as well.
It is. It just feels like they're, hey, let's just remake this. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. This is, hey, let's remake Gladiator.
Yeah.
And that is just a problem some people have inherently with it. The idea that they don't feel like it needs a sequel or a remake or whatever they're attempting to make this into. And then when you add in the very out of line music in the trailer, then you just have kind of a culmination. I'm shocked that it got ratioed the way it did. I'm stunned by that.
Yeah, that's I was not expecting it. I think was it you that was live when I first time, or was it Jay that was live with me?
Jay.
And I was shocked even at it wasn't completely ratioed at that point, but it was I don't know, it was like 20 or 30,000 to like 18,000 down, I think. Something like that. And even then I was shocked. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was surprised. And of course, there's a lot of people claim that it's just disgusting what's happening to the Gladiator trailer. It's pure unadulterated racism because of Denzel. It's disgusting. And it's like, you are retarded.
Very retarded.
If you think that that's what's going on.
Yeah. I've repeated this more times than I can count, but in my opinion, we even mentioned this yesterday on Daily, Denzel Washington, if he's not the most respected actor on and off screen collectively, he's certainly in the top 5 most respected actors in Hollywood.
Now, and I do think there's some fair criticism of the character they're having him play and the fact that it doesn't sound like he's from fucking Rome. Or he doesn't sound like he's putting on this accent that everybody else has in the fucking trailer and in these movies. I do think there's room for criticism for that. But I think that the biggest thing was, one, this doesn't need a sequel. This doesn't need a quasi remake, whatever they're trying to do, and it doesn't need the fucking Kanye Jay-Z music playing over it that completely ruined the tone in the last half of the trailer.
The question is do you think we're going to get music like that and tonal shifts in the movie? I don't think so, but I'm also just not willing to just go out of my way and say they're not. But yeah, it is confusing that the trailer got that downvoted, but mainly it's Gary's fault. So at least according to the Daily Beast, anti-woke YouTuber nerd.
Yeah, according to that queer at the Daily Beast, it's all Gary's fault.
Did you see his profile picture, that guy? Holy shit.
I did. That's why I called him queer.
Could you imagine? So I reacted to Gary's video. I reacted to his reaction, him as and Mahler, because I am a pretty low quality YouTuber. And but the opening of that video, it's like, this is why you don't send women to war, or this is a result of women in war when that woman's dead. And I was just like, can I imagine this soy boy for the Daily Beast watching this, just freaking losing his mind, listening to Gary and Ass make fun of women in war.
Did you see they put a pimp cup in his hand? It's disgusting.
Oh man, so damn good. Chris Corran says, "Thank goodness it's the A team today." Ryan, PO box
Tomorrow morning, PO box is confirmed. Check in the box. It's happening tomorrow morning.
There we go. Eric Stratton says, "Jeremy, your face looks better on webcam. Fewer pixels, less nausea," and he leaves it nauseating probably to look at. I'm okay with that.
Less nausea.
Nausea? Oh, is that what he's saying? Oh,
Yeah,
well, he
yeah.
left the dots, so I didn't know. So if he would have put like a period, that would have made more sense. But the dots makes it look like there's just more he wanted to say.
He's just saying like.
I get it now. It makes sense now. But I thought he was saying less nauseating. So, Lord of the Reese says, "I agree with Biden when he agrees with Jeremy, but only if he agrees with Ryan when Ryan agrees with Beardo and Jay." Are we at this point now? This is where we're at.
No. Well, it sounds like you don't agree with Biden ever then.
I agree with Biden that we must re-elect Donald Trump. That's what he said. We must re-elect Donald Trump. That's what he said all those years ago. Do I still have that clip in here? I don't think I do. But yeah, Biden actually said that though.
We gave him a demotion last night. He's a vice president now.
Is this it? I think this is it.
Because we cannot cannot win this re-election. Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
Jesus Christ. And that was like a year ago or a year and a half ago. But he just now started to show signs, ladies and gentlemen. He just now started to show signs.
The Posobiec tweet yesterday, this meme was like perfection.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
It really is.
But like these events happened within like an hour and a half of each other.
Dude, it was so viral yesterday. It was so viral. I don't think this was as big viral moments as the debate was for Biden, but it was still big. But it was still big. It was huge. It was huge. The reaction was crazy.
KC Cheeto for $5 says VP Trump is takeover. Roland New for $5. Hail y'all, happy Friday. Jeremy, you hear the new Eminem album? I'm loving it. Hilarious to see people all mad about how offensive it is. LMAO.
Yeah, there's I know that Eminem he's probably the most talented lyricist we've ever seen in rap. I give him credit for that. I used to love Eminem back in the day. It's really hard for me to take him seriously after he cried about Trump so much. And then not only cried about Trump in the song, but it's that he cried after the fact that Trump didn't pay attention to him. And that was the moment where I'm like, you literally are the person you used to go after. Like, you used to be the big bad wolf, and now you're crying over the big bad wolf. And I'm sure it's phenomenal. I'm sure it's all like really, really awesome because he is awesome. He's a hell of an artist. But when you lose that edge, it's really hard for me to appreciate him. And I think he took, like, I don't really care about Candace Owens. I know he took some shots at her and MAGA or whatever. I don't really care about that. Because didn't she take shots at him first?
I'm not up with the Eminem Candace Owens feud.
Yeah. But everybody
Owens versus everyone feud.
But everyone seems to love his new album. Is this officially his last album? Is that the marketing around this one? This is his last album?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be really good, but I'm probably not going to be listening to it. I'll listen to old school M.
Is he like fucking 50 now or something?
It's got to be close. It's got to be close to 50.
How old is Eminem?
I think it's like 52, maybe.
51.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, listen, once you turn 50, I feel like your rap days should be fucking over. Like, what are you gonna talk about? Fucking back pain? Like, I don't know. Well, once you hit that age, I think you can be done. Operation Outstanding in Field. Looking forward to seeing you guys visit us in Winterfell next week. The North welcomes you. Yes, we will be in Wisconsin.
The home of Culver's. That's the only reason I'm going. It's the home of Culver's.
You have Culver's here.
Yeah, no, but you got to go. You got to go honor the Holy Land that is Wisconsin for Culver's. And according to Gary in the chat, hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is.
Screw you, buddy. I'm gonna keep rapping.
Ryan has this idea that everything ends at 50. Like when you turn 50, everything ends. You can't make YouTube videos. You can't rap. There's no point to live. There's no point to move forward. You might as well just, you might as well just hang out and with Logan Paul in some forests.
Might as well go up to Canada and just like fall asleep in one of their assisted modules they've got up there. They just dump you in the trash, use you for fertilizer. That's well, like once things start going down for you, like what's the point? I guess. Oh, I can't wait to wake up 3 times in the middle of the night to have piss dribble out of my dick and still feel like I have to pee. I can't wait for that. Like I don't know. To me, there's not much worth living after 50. It's a good thing that Gary put that extra pee in there, by the way. It's a good thing.
Oh, man.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for 5. I'm not Witchish, Martin Banks, sure Baptist, Bill Drip Fars, Margar, Bull Blow. My foot was my resume to be either a Disney writer or POTUS. Thank you, Ministry of Wrong Thing. MJ UK. Hey, Ryan, thoughts on the Jedi Knight game series? Some of the best games in all of Star Wars video games. 100%. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy, the third one, are fucking fantastic. Tobias for 5. Brave New World is part of what I call government insanity books, including A Clockwork Orange, 1984, Fahrenheit 451, and Soylent Green.
Your mic's doing that.
Get into that.
Your mic's doing that muffled thing again.
Check.
I would like to watch The Clockwork Orange again. It's been a long time since I saw that.
Well, we might as well get into Captain America Brave New World, I suppose, because of the super chat. And it's true. Now, Captain America Brave New World, there are a lot of problems with it and have been a lot of problems with it. From massive delays to huge reshoots to now a budget that's ballooning close to $400 million. Captain America 4 looks like it's setting up to be another massive failure for Marvel. Anytime you're setting yourself up to have to make over $1 billion to break even, you're kind of fucked, especially in today's version of the MCU. But after these reshoots, we did get the first teaser trailer for Captain America Brave New World. As we speak, it's been out for 2 hours at 2 million views, 200,000 likes, 55,000 dislikes. Jeremy, are you ready?
I'm ready. I haven't seen it yet.
Here we go.
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I.
Like how they make a meta joke about a recast in the first line of the fucking trailer for Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Weird that they wouldn't recast T'Challa. Weird how that way. Most likely they wanted to profit off his death.
I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage a situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to.
What if it's a trap?
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
You're right. I'm not.
I'm better.
You know, very interesting. So yesterday, me and you, we got into our little back and forth about like making changes, shit like that, how it can affect, the Acolyte and shit like that or whatever. And I brought up examples. This trailer is a classic example of my argument. That is a very good trailer that's missing one key thing.
Captain America?
Missing Captain America. That's the problem with this trailer. There's no Captain America in this fucking trailer. Therefore, it's not a good trailer. But if you take all the pieces, you have a great cast, you have some really good action, and we just don't have Captain America in it. And that's the problem with this trailer. Everything else is fine. I don't think it blows me away. I don't think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, but
it's a fine trailer. Yeah. They're definitely trying to replicate the feel of a little bit more of a, not necessarily a superhero movie, more of like a fucking Winter Soldier spy-esque action-based movie.
They're saying to go to the end. Chat keeps saying go to the very end.
Right. Okay.
We did.
Oh shit! Here we go. Look at this.
Oh, look at there. Red Hulk.
A Red Hulk tease.
Okay.
Which we know, obviously, General. Well, not now. President Ross, Red Hulk. That's our first glimpse. We don't see the face yet. Here's our Red Hulk. Okay. He would actually have the strength to be able to do some things with that shield, unlike Black Captain America. Who doesn't have super soldier serum. So the idea that he's doing some of the things like this and being able to like, force all these guys off him is kind of funny.
You got a great cast. I think overall it does look really good in terms of what they're going for, but without Captain America in it, that's not a good trailer.
Well, I mean, look, we just came off Falcon and Winter Soldier. I say we just. That was almost 4 fucking years ago. It's the last time we saw Captain America in the MCU. And this trailer is very meta. Like, you don't get a ton of substance at all, probably because they've reshot most of this fucking movie. But they waste the first, 25 seconds on a joke about him not having a mustache anymore because LOL, William Hurt died and they recast him with Harrison Ford. Isn't that funny? And then at the end, they also get meta with, "You're not Steve Rogers."
Yeah.
No, I'm not. This desperate attempt to let him fly, for lack of a better term, on his own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have $1 billion movie here. Interesting.
I don't think so at all.
Again, but
I don't think so at all. I don't think we're looking at $1 billion movie at all here. What will be interesting over the next few days is to see what the overall reaction is to the trailer. I think generally right now, I could see this being a very normie-friendly trailer. I can see normies really liking this, especially a lot of them that go, "It's about time we got some diversity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and got rid of the white guy." I can see a lot of that out there from the normie, side that buy into the DEI bullshit.
I don't think we got a single line from Giancarlo Esposito in this.
Gus, he's a phenomenal actor in everything he's in. He just has an amazing screen presence. So having him in this movie is going to elevate it for sure. Having Harrison Ford, I mean, you have a great cast there. You're just missing the key piece to the puzzle. And I like Anthony Mackie as an actor. I have nothing against Papa Doc. I like Papa Doc. How can you not like Papa Doc? But it's just not for this. Not to be the star role of a Captain America movie.
I'd be interested to see what the reaction is. 55,000 downloads is kind of a lot for it just being released. I don't know if that'll increase, decrease, whatever. Well, obviously it'll increase, but what I mean is the ratio. Will it get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
I don't think the trailer is. I don't think the trailer is as good as I feel like you think it is. I don't think there's a ton of substance or flash. It's just this is like, hey, what can we cobble together?
It's a teaser. It's a
little
teaser,
movie that we have actually filmed.
But it's a teaser. It's not supposed to have substance or flash. It's a teaser. It's not supposed to give you a lot of substance. It's supposed to just give you a tease into what type of environment we're in and stuff like that. Look at any teaser. It doesn't give you a lot of substance.
It's a 2-minute teaser, right? This is not a 59-second, minute-long teaser. It is a 2-minute teaser.
Yeah.
Which typically is more than, say, some of the debuts of the Super Bowl for a teaser, which they get 30 or 60-second ad spot for, And I think the reason that the trailer is as bare as it is because they just recently reshot the vast majority of this film. That's what I think.
And how much is the budget? $350 million?
350 to 375, and it's probably higher than that.
I think this film's in major trouble. Major trouble. I mean, you know, look, it's like having and I don't need to break it down to this audience, but you know, it's like having a Batman movie without Batman.
This just like to me, it just feels like Captain or Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 2.
But
I don't get like some grand scope from this. So.
I think we all I think most of us can agree on a couple of points. Chris Evans is not a movie star. He's a very unlikable human being, but he is a fantastic Captain America. Is that pretty like? Can we all agree with that for the most part? Do you agree with that, Ryan?
I think he makes a fine Captain America. Yeah,
I think he's a really good Captain America. You put Chris Evans in the same exact positions in that movie without the "you're not Steve Rogers," you know, that trailer is going to carry more weight because of what we've seen in the past from Chris Evans' Cap. And
I feel like he makes a better Human Torch than Captain America. Probably because he's used to flaming, but I'm not sure.
That this movie is not going to make $1 billion. I have no problem saying that right now. This movie will not make $1 billion.
Yeah, and like that shouldn't necessarily be our judge of is something a success or not, right?
When it's $350 million, it is. Right.
When your break even is like in the $1.1 billion area, that kind of is where you have to reserve judgment. If it at least is going to make its money back. And I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I saw this one earlier. Jeremy with a shitty cam, Ryan with a shitty mic. Welcome to Geeks Gamers Daily. That's what we do around here, man.
What are we going to do?
That's just, we are very high quality around these parts. And if you guys don't like it, please keep watching. If you don't like it, keep watching. That's gonna be our motto moving forward.
Addy for 5. Hey guys, did you watch Jimmy Kimmel video of the Agatha actress singing about the MCU and calling the fans a bunch of virgins? No, I did not.
I didn't, but I would like to.
Was it Jimmy Kimmel skit or something?
Check that out.
Arnold squash an N-word for $2.99. Do a pole dance and see who's the gayest of them all. Dan Ryman for 10. Arnold squash that Turbo Man.
Man, I love Jingle All the Way. It's so good.
Turbo Man.
I watch it every Christmas.
With Sinbad.
Yep.
What a crazy premise for a story. Like, they're literally like fights breaking out over this one toy.
Dude,
if you do remember back in the day for like Black Friday and shit.
I worked at Toys R Us for a Black Friday. It was wild, dude. It was fucking wild. And of course, this is pre-internet days. You know what I mean? Yes. So it's like there was no opportunity to get a toy anywhere. But it was. I've worked a lot of stuff in the retail world. I worked Black Friday at grocery stores. I've worked it at Walmart. There is nothing like working a fucking Black Friday at a Toys R Us back in the day. That shit was insane. And they treated us like the military that morning. You know, they're walking around, loss prevention's walking around, the managers are walking around, post up at your station. Do not go to the back. You are not allowed to leave this area unless you are on break or on lunch. You man this area. You man this area. It was crazy, man. And then the floodgates fucking opened, and then everybody's running around. It was wild.
I never mind working because you got paid like double. You got overtime pay or holiday pay or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The shittiest part was having to come in 4 or 5 hours early to set the whole store up.
Yeah.
Like all the other displays and like all the product. That was the most annoying fucking part.
Yeah.
And then you have the people come in.
The people.
Bro, when I used to work at JCPenney, dude, the section of the store I hated the most was the South Pole jeans section, which were like, that's where all the black people shop. Bro, that shit would get torn every 30 minutes if someone shopped there. The place would just be a fucking wreck. It was like, what the fuck is the point of them holding this stuff up? It's just going to end up on the floor again. I hated that so much.
I worked at Home Depot for several years. And the worst area, first of all, if you worked at Home Depot back then, I don't think now it is, but I don't know. Maybe it's the same way. But if you worked at Home Depot, like, people automatically think you know every single thing about home improvement, every aspect of it. And it got to the point where when people would ask me questions, I would just bullshit the answer so much to where they would buy whatever I told them to. Because I'm like, you can fuck, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, but if you know, some of this plywood or, this type of shingle for this type of weather, like it was crazy. But the worst part was when you walked by the plumbing section. And it was like, if you had an orange apron on, you were never getting out of the plumbing section because
We're always looking for different PVC connections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plumbing was, because I worked lumber for the most part. I was in the lumber department and I was one of the forklift drivers. But it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
I always think the most annoying place to go looking for something at a Lowe's or Home Depot is in like when you're doing a project or you fucked a screw up or something, and you have to go and find the matching one. So you got to match up the length, you got to match up the thread count or not the thread count, but you know what I mean. Essentially like the distance between the screws, like between the threads of the screw. That's the most annoying part, is having to find that shit and go through all these goddamn boxes with this weird stuff that nobody ever needs.
My favorite part was when is it Ron? What's his name? I know more than you. When he's in the Home Depot. Ron Swanson, is that his name?
Ron Swanson.
Yeah, it's so fun because I ran into contractors like that all the time. Or I'd walk up, "Hey, sir, how you doing?" He would give me that look like,
"I don't fucking need your help."
Fuck off, little bitch! I don't need your help. I know more than you. Get the fuck out of my face. Oh, it's so funny.
Ron Swanson is one of the greatest characters ever created on television.
It's the best feeling ever when somebody would do that to you, though. And it happened a lot, dude.
What is it? There's one episode where he goes to just this like gas station. It's called like Food and Stuff. He's like, "It's where I go to get all my food and all of my stuff." And he just goes in there, like, gets meat, gets buns, gets a couple like a plunger, a toilet seat, like just random shit, right?
Yeah. Were you ever a bag boy at a grocery store?
No, thank God.
The funniest part about being a bag boy, I've told this story before, but there was always like a moment, because like once you become a bagger, you kind of get it down to a science, what to put what with where. Occasionally there was always a dad with his family, and like they would walk up, they'd put all the stuff on the, the register. He'd leave the wife there, have the kids right there at the buggy. He'd slowly kind of walk up, turn his hat back around backwards, kind of nudge me out of the way, go, "Let your old pop show you how it's done, kids." It's like the proudest moment of his life to show him how he could bag groceries so fast. It's like, it happened more than a few times. Like, I always called him professional bag boy dad. Like, they just because they were bag boys back in the day. So they just felt like, "I got this, kid," like, okay. And for me, if I go into a grocery store now, I still find myself like, fronting out the shelves sometimes. Just because it drives me fucking crazy. I hate it. I hate when the shelves aren't fronted out properly.
When there's like been shit pulled off and there's stuff in the back, so you pull the product from the back to the front.
Yeah, and turn the labels out correctly to where it looks good. Like, it drives me crazy when it's all messed up. I can't stand it.
I give no fucks about that. I walk by the South Pole jeans now. I don't give a fuck. I have no desire to fold other people's shit or bag other people's shit.
Yeah, facing product. Yeah, there was a lot of first it was called blocking, is what we called it when I first started. We call it blocking the store. But then then they changed it to where we couldn't pull everything forward. We had to block it down, almost like for inventory purposes, because it gave them a better idea of when they were ordering what they could order. Then it became front facing. Then it became facing product. So there's a lot of different terms that were used over the years.
Apparently this is the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Hold on.
Target called it zoning. Yeah, I've heard it called zoning before too. That was never anything I called it though.
Black Panther.
Sorry. This is Catherine Hahn, so the person who plays Agatha, doing this entire this history of the MCU like parody song or something on Jimmy Kimmel.
Fought with Ant-Man, who was tall and also very short. Thanos snapped his fingers, causing half of all the world to die. Tony Stark, he bit the dust, and every single grown-man cried.
They caught out an airport, that Ant-Man guy is really short. Iron Man, he went and died, which made a bunch of virgins cry.
There you go.
They've learned nothing. They've learned nothing. That
Which
is
made a bunch of virgins cry.
That's not even like. It's not even like. There's no truth to it to even be funny.
Like, first of all, Endgame, you know, was the biggest fucking movie of all time. Right? The idea that it's just some like niche and a bunch of nerds that cared about it is fucking insane.
Yep.
But you're also the reason that it was impactful to so many people is because so many people actually cared about it. The reason
Yes.
that it did affect people emotionally is because so many people cared about these characters back in the old MCU. Guess what? No one's gonna give a fuck when your dumbass bitch character fucking dies, if she ever does. Because you're not telling compelling stories, and these characters nobody gives a fuck about.
Yep. That's it. I mean, if this would have been funny, then one thing, but this is not funny. And again, the intent behind everything is to take shots at the fans. That was the intent behind here. The intent wasn't to be funny and lean into this Marvel Cinematic Universe. The intent was to take shots at fans. That's what the point is.
And now I have no idea who came up with these lyrics, who wrote this. ABC, Jimmy Kimmel, is employed by Disney, by the way. You know, so it is like a Disney fucking product. But yeah.
Somebody said you got to listen to the whole thing. It's bad. I'm
I'm not listening to 10 minutes of this.
But we'll probably get hit anyway if we listen to the whole thing.
She-Hulk taught us how to twerk, she says at some point.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, this is what Disney thinks of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is what they think about it. They don't take it seriously. It's meant to just shit all over the fans. And it is like
real quick.
Spider-Man. I could do this all night, but let's keep it tight like Captain America's rear end. And finally,
I don't know where the She-Hulk twerking one is, but what the fuck?
it is what it is.
Get ready for
Stupid.
Agatha all along.
Yay! I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be awesome.
David Smart for 2. Black Captain America trailer looks like crap. Dom with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dom. Jacob, when Hollywood doesn't want to hire a black actor but still want DEI, they hire Pedro Pascal. Ministry of Wrong Thing. Technically speaking, last night's speech from the Oval Hospice was unironically or unitonically the most entertaining television in the last decade. I think it makes fair game to be talked about on G&G.
No, there is certain things like this is that does transcend politics in a lot of ways because of how much the coverage went viral.
B. Barrett over on Rumble. Who would you say is a bigger fig, Jeremy or Ryan? I would say equal. And then B. Barrett for 2. Was that MCU fan in the song? It might have been. The Wolf from Heart. Denzel is most respected. # rescue Dave Filoni's dog. Yeah, the idea that people are like mass disliking because Denzel's in a movie, I don't think that's the case. Where'd all these races go for Black Panther trailers? Like, what the fuck? Nick Brone for 5. I don't care what the history books say. Ryan's ancestors were the original Egyptian pharaohs. Well, they looked a lot like me, I can tell you that.
ABF 450 gifted freaking memberships. Are you kidding me? Another 50 bomb? ABF? Jeez. ABF. What is it? What happens when ABF's here, Ryan? He don't miss. He don't miss. Good Lord.
Miss.
He don't. I saw like ABF tweeted out yesterday, but it's like a picture of Alec Baldwin in court. You've circled his finger. You know what I mean? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah. God. What was going to happen to that motherfucker?
I don't know. Have you been following the case much?
Not really. I I feel like when something of note happens, I'll hear about it. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't. I can't sit there and like watch the daily live streams about it and all that shit. If that makes sense.
Yeah, pull this up real quick, Ryan. I'm putting. I just don't want to take the chance of my. Somebody just tagged us in this. That's pretty crazy, right there.
Let's see.
Elon Musk dropping some interesting information here.
The European Commission offered X an illegal secret deal. If we quietly censored speech without telling anyone, they would not fine us. The other platforms accepted the deal. X did not. So this is Margaret Vestager, Executive Vice President of the European Commission, EU Fit for Digital Age, and Commissioner for Competition, says, in our view, X doesn't comply with DSA in key transparency areas. It misleads users, fails to provide adequate ad repository, and blocks access for data for researchers. It's the first time we issue preliminary findings under the Digital Services Act. Elon says the DSA is misinformation.
Man, Elon Musk, I don't think the guy gets enough credit for how much he's done for the country and free speech in general. And again, I know it's not completely free speech. I do understand that. I know people are. You've got to understand that there's always lines to everything, but he has opened the floodgates up to so many people right now. And without his purchase of Twitter, man, what does social media look like? It's incredible.
Are we having these viral, like, are these Biden gaffes going as viral as they were
not.
and stuff like that? Yeah.
They're not. They're absolutely not. I hope people appreciate Elon Musk because that dude's going to be the most important piece of this puzzle when it's all said and done.
Japanese Demon Lord of Beer Lucifer for 5. We was Caesars and shit. Thank you. SBZ for 5.
I like how you added the and shit.
Yeah. SBZ for 5. Sometimes I improve super chats. Hey Ryan, how about you take $10 million of your money and buy Jeremy a decent camera? It'd be great. Just saying. Yeah, I'll work on that. The 10 million I have hanging around. There's a promotional trailer for Gladiator back in 2000 that used music of Kid Rock. Like the heavy rock Kid Rock shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song makes I mean, I personally still don't think it's great for sure, but tonally I don't feel like that song is going to throw it way off, but I'm not a fan of any time that they add any type of like pop culture-ish music to trailers that like what was Hans Zimmer, didn't he do the score for Gladiator?
I believe so, and I think he's doing it for this one as well.
Yeah, and so you've already set a standard and a tone. So when you throw fucking rap music into it for no reason, and tonally, like it might have been different if it would have started out as rap music. I'm not saying it would have been good. It wouldn't have been so jarring if like halfway through this trailer that was going in a different direction, you tonally threw it way off.
Yeah, it's like I'm just thinking about the trailer. Like if it started with JC and Rihanna Run This Town. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
the little soft intro from Rihanna, like as somebody's like walking out into the fucking Coliseum. Anyway. Kurt Angle's stare for 2. Hashtag it's true. What's true?
Wait. Do you not know that it's true meme?
Hashtag it's true. Oh, the Kurt Angle it's true. Yes. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's stare.
Did you
Kurt Angle with his what's that?
Did you see his tweet that he deleted?
Yeah, it was my face and my wife when I asked my wife to give me that Hawk 2 or whatever.
He deleted it because she got mad.
Why'd she get mad about that?
Your favorite Olympic hero is in the doghouse. Kurt Angle's fucking awesome, man.
Atomic Patriot for 2. I got Gears 1 through 3 bundle for 3 on 360 for $20.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Gears are great. The first 3 Gears games. Well, I only played the first 2. I don't think I played the third one, but the first 2 campaigns I loved. I don't think I played the third one. I want to go back and play the third one. But the Gears of War is awesome. I never got into the multiplayer of Gears of War. I would like to play multiplayer at some point. I think I'd get wrecked on multiplayer with people that are actually good. But yeah, the Gears games are fantastic.
We do have to talk about Acolyte quick too, because
we've never talked about Acolyte on this channel.
It
I'll
feels
try to
like
wing it.
after every fucking episode, Leslie Headland is out there doing damage control, like doing interviews with all these, access media types to do damage control for the show. And it's always something like, oh, well, people just aren't looking at it the right way. Or I really think you don't know Star Wars if you're thinking about it this way or that way. Well, now she's speaking out about Osha and May's origin, which we found out a little more about in episode 7. The Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland says critics who take issue with Anakin Skywalker origin retcon are paying attention to the wrong aspect of the story. I want to go through how she is describing all of this shit. As confirmed in the 3rd episode, rather than Anakin Skywalker being the first ever living creature to be conceived directly by the Force, that honor now belongs to the series' protagonists, May and Osha, both of whom were brought to life hundreds of years. Well, I wouldn't say hundreds. I would say a little over 100 years, maybe, before Anakin. Before the Chosen One via their mother Anastasia's magical manipulation of said universal energy. In other words, rather than being the product of a miraculous event meant to signal his importance, Anakin's existence is now canonically just another instance of an admittedly rare but previously seen phenomenon. According to Headland, the backlash is not only misplaced, but is based on a complete misunderstanding of her writing. The Acolyte showrunner broached the topic of her Anakin-related retcon with the Nerdist. Pressed why.
Your mic is dying.
All right. Well,
everybody in the chat's talking about it. So
what
again,
am I supposed to do?
Bad camera, bad mic. Welcome to Geeks and Gamers Daily. Ryan's about to break everything right now. Do you want to break everything right now?
I am really close to just smashing the fuck out of my mic. Maybe I need a new cord or something.
I don't know. It's weird because it just kind of it feels muffled. It feels like you have like a sock over it or a it's just weird.
Fix your mic. Go fuck yourself. You piece of shit. Go fix your face.
You guys know how mad he gets. just bad host says Golden This is professionalism. Yeah, we still have an ad read to get to, so we're really professional around here.
Check. Hello.
All right, that's good for now.
All right. Maybe I'm yelling too much. May and Osha being two halves of one consciousness would make them stronger and not weaker, Headland asserted. I think it's both. The girls are guinea pigs. They're patient zero for this sort of power. It didn't work perfectly. Therefore, the girls on their own can never be as powerful as Anakin. Their full potential together has yet to be explored. They've been separated too long. It's like when you're doing an experiment, it's the first round of it. They are maybe not the first, but one of the first experiments of this particular use of power. Here's a crazy spoiler for Leslie Headland, who probably doesn't even know this because she's a dumb, retarded bitch. Anakin was not created by a person using the Force. The Force itself created Anakin. Right? It was not like Darth Plagueis. It was not an experiment gone wrong. It was nothing like that. Darth Plagueis was trying desperately to manipulate midichlorians, and with exploring throughout this like dark path, he was pushing so far that the Force in response made Anakin. That's what happened. He was conceived that way. It wasn't that Plagueis was trying to make Anakin and it happened. It happened as a result of what he was doing, not through his intentions. What they're saying is Anastasia made them. She did it. She made them out of the Force. And Leslie Headland probably has no idea about actually how Anakin Skywalker was birthed because, again, nobody in this place knows anything about fucking Star Wars. Nobody that works at Lucasfilm, apparently. Or they don't care if they're going to retcon something. But they clearly wanted to do this to make them special just like Anakin. And now it's a big fucking problem, and she's doing a bunch of walking back.
Do you think that we're going to get a season 2 at this point, based on where we're at in this show, based on all the word salad she's throwing out there? and how the reception of this show has been, do you think we're actually going to get a season 2, or do you think she's trying to explain things away now because she can't explain them away moving forward, or she feels like she might not be able to explain them away moving forward?
I don't know. I do think that, like, again, she's doing these interviews after like almost every single episode that comes out. She goes intentionally and does an interview discussing it, oftentimes to address a lot of the backlash that occurs and try to deflect some things. Oh, well, you know, it's really not queer with a capital Q, like blah, 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 all these different things. I don't know if we're going to get a season 2.
How long did it take them to make season 2? Once they started filming in production on season 1, do you know how long it took for them to complete it?
I have no idea when actual pre-production started. Obviously, I think it got greenlit, like it got announced 4 years ago, like in 2020, early 2020 is when it got announced. But I have no idea when they actually started pre-production and writing and filming. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, because you would think that we would get the announcement for season 2 if they were leaning towards it before the finale. You would think, and I don't mean the finale like right now, I just mean before this season is up, you would think that they would announce, hey, this show's getting a season 2, guys, so get invested in the story, because that drives more interest to go like, okay, I know that I'm getting a continuation of this. So the fact that we don't have an announcement of a season 2 and we're leading up to the finale, I don't think we're getting a season 2. I don't think we're getting one at all.
Well, she's been very, very upfront that, hey, there's been no confirmation of a season 2 yet. We don't know if there's going to be a season 2. Like, that's what Leslie Headland has said repeatedly.
Right.
So there's no official, like, I'm sure that if it was, they would announce it from the rooftops. It's one of the things these people like to do, even if it's not happening, even if there's not going to be an actual sequel. Remember, like, Wonder Woman 3? Like, immediately when Wonder Woman 1984 comes out, they make a big announcement. Hey, Wonder Woman 3 has just been greenlit at Warner Brothers. And try to gaslight people into believing, wow, that must mean this movie's a real success if you're greenlighting another one.
Right. Not the case. But hey, still going to get Rian Johnson's trilogy, hopefully, one of these days, right? Maybe. We'll see. Ryan, your mic is working a little bit better. Well, so it's working fine now. We can do our ad read now.
I took someone's advice and I took my own advice and I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
I just like the reaction, like, for the chat. It was so good. It was so good.
It's really dusty up here too. I should probably dust that.
DL
shit.
for 20 says, "Smash the mic, do it. Don't think about it, just do it."
No, it's an expensive mic. And
yeah, your mic's gonna be in meme lore, Ryan. Holy shit, where did you get your mic, Ryan? Wish.
No. Chimu. I probably do need a new cord because it's been like fucking 3 years since I replaced the cord on this thing. That's probably what it is. But in order to pay for my new microphone, let's do this ad read. Thanks to Rumble and thank you to the Wellness Company for giving us this opportunity in this ad read here. Let me pull this up.
We are live on Rumble, and like I said, Rumble. I know everybody has their issues with like the UI and everything, but I've made my complaints about it. But they've been working really hard with us and other people, and it's I do appreciate that, and I still criticize them. So, and they still don't tell me to go fuck myself. So that's always a positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, freedom is on the mind of most Americans and many others around the world. And if there's one thing recent history has taught us, medical freedom has been under attack and politicized with recent worldwide events. It's our own personal responsibility to be prepared, and the Wellness Company can help you do that. With household medical kits filled with potentially life-saving medication and equipment, you can avoid the wait times, chaos, and price of a hospital visit to help protect you and your family. With multiple kits available, from a travel kit, first aid kit, general medical kit, and contagion kit, the Wellness Company allows you to be prepared to treat a variety of medical conditions, including some life-saving medications that were wrongfully vilified by the powers that be during the COVID-19 debacle. Get any one of these kits and the medication provided for less than the cost of a single doctor visit, prescribed by a medical doctor right here in the United States. It's your responsibility to prepare for the unexpected. You can do so today by going to twc.health/GG. That's twc.health/GG. Use code 199 to save you 10% at checkout. So thank you to the Wellness Company, and thank you to Rumble for getting
Thank you to our chat for being so respectful of us right now and not making fun of us at all. I'm sure
Who are
they're
you talking to? Are
Yeah.
you talking to, like, are we live on a different stream that I'm not aware of?
I saw so many people going, we've already done this before. We've already told you guys this was happening.
Yeah.
We're going full Daily Wire now, okay? But we're going to lean into it with jokes.
Full Daily Wire.
Oh, man.
After I get done watching an episode of The Acolyte, I just have a lot of problems sleeping. But you know what helps with that? A Helix mattress. Let's see, I said that one.
They didn't pay me as much as the other one that I turned down, though. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I couldn't take the other sponsorship deal that was being offered, even though it was like 4 times the amount of money. But Chris Stuckman does those ad reads for that company, so you guys can go watch that guy. He's good. He's good.
I've told way too many people to kill themselves to do an ad read for that company. Just being honest.
We talked about it. It's like, dude, they just offered me like $5,000. And I was like, there's no way. And Ryan's like, there's no way we can read that shit.
I was like, we
Fuck
can't do
them.
that. Yeah. You can't have me like telling someone to off themselves in the chat and then go right into an ad read about mental health awareness. Like, it's not gonna happen. Arnold Squash and N-word for $2.99. Slim Shady just lit the whole woke trans mob up.
Did he really? Like, I know whoever sent the super chat originally about the album, he had said that he's going after woke too. I would be shocked, but if somebody has like some songs that they can like timestamp, I'd at least check that out. David Hand for 50 says, I guess it's cool to let your employees diss your fans these days. I send my money elsewhere. Hail, gents. I was trying to lean into saying, well, Ryan just insulted everybody over his microphone, but thank you, David Hand.
That's true. I insulted everyone over my microphone.
You say, you go fuck yourself.
That's right. Quentin Edwards, member for 2 months. You see that Abraham Lincoln trailer? No, I did not.
So
see
Colin Rugg just tweeted something out about Abraham Lincoln. I don't know what though. Let me see if I can find that.
Cultural
something
breakdown.
About, like, something about like there's like I thought it was a documentary or something, and like. Let me see. So the new documentary claims Abraham Lincoln had, quote, steamy gay sex sessions with male partners. The new film, Lover of Men, which examines the intimate life of America's most consequential president, is set to come out September 6th. The evidence, according to the movie, the letters he allegedly wrote to male lovers. Dear Speed, I shall be very lonesome without you. Love, Lincoln. One read in the trailer, Speed was Lincoln's friend who he had a friendship since his youth. The movie claims Lincoln slept with Speed for 4 years. That is from Colin Rugg.
That's been like some fucking falsehood that's been like floated out there for a very long time about like Lincoln being gay. I mean, for a long time, I mean, for the past like 15 or 20 years, where everybody needs to see like themselves in any person anywhere, so they try to turn him gay. But Speed, what a weird name for someone in the 1860s.
Yeah.
Speed. My lover, Shaniqua. Cultural breakdown. Member for 12 months. Gary's been to prison. He has street cred. Let's see. Flag Ninja for 5. Gary equals Slim Lady. Slim Lady.
I saw a clip of Gary the other day. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny right there. I guess YouTube Premium doesn't work for Geeks and Gamers ad reads.
Can't skip those.
That's funny as fuck right there. But no, there was like a clip of Gary when I didn't see it in my reaction for I guess he did another reaction to the Gladiator 2 trailer, but he was rapping a little bit in the trailer. And I don't know where that clip is. If somebody can find that clip of him rapping just for like a quick minute, it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell.
Cole Hauser for 5. Ryan, I'm Canadian and 51. Stop hating. It's okay. You're my bro. 199 Yo Joe, praise Allah. Hi, Jeremy.
What up?
Brian Keith for 5. One of the original Gladiator TVs had Kid Rock. Let's see. Bowadaba.
with the Baba. Yeah.
I don't even know how to say it. Bowadaba. Playing on it. Kind of an odd pairing then. It's always the same typical songs or rap. Grandmaster Chris for 5. Anyway, anytime I see Ryan recommending something Star Wars outside the movies, Jeremy looks like he's thinking, yeah, but is my waifu Ahsoka in it? Arnold Squash.
I would rather Ahsoka just be dead and we can move on.
That's right.
That would be perfect.
We've seen Ryan at 50. Torben couldn't take it anymore. Torben had the right idea. Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 2. No rap music, but the main character's black. Kalyoth for 10. Cabinet may be liable for inaction and impeachable. They can't deny reality on camera. Are they that scared of President Harris or Overlord Obama, afraid of leaving office? At least no President Sanders.
I think we're gonna we won't get too far into it here. You guys probably saw on Cobra Cast yesterday, though. I do not believe Joe Biden will be the nominee. Ryan does.
Gohan creates Prometheus Creations for 10. Editor of Mary Sue, Rachel Leishman, needs to go get bent for targeting theory. Theory's taking flag time and time again. The shit needs to stop. Enough of these woke activists. Well, the truth is, whenever you put your opinion out there, and this is something that some people don't understand, especially people like Amanda Stenberg or whoever, right? When you have a presence online and when you put out an opinion, people are going to react to it. Some people might love it. Some people might fucking hate it. That's the way it goes. So
he's the biggest Star Wars YouTube channel, so he's always going to be targeted from that perspective as part of it. Me and Gary, I remember talking to Gary about, like, when it doesn't change anything, but the perception. But when he hit 1 million subs, it was like they were going to have a whole new target on his back just because there's 1 million subs now.
He's like leveled up in terms of the way that people perceive that number.
Yes, yes.
And Eric, we have a ton of these articles all the time that we don't even know. I didn't even know that Daily Beast article was about Gary. I was just looking for people's reactions to it, and I saw that headlining about this Daily Beast article's perfect. And as I started reading through it, I realized that the impetus for the article was Gary's reaction video. Right. Yep. So this is what happens when you put your opinion out there. People might disagree with you, and it's okay. It's not the end of the fucking world. Garrick looks like a D+ show. Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't look like a movie. It looks like the second season of Captain Falcon Winter Soldier. Arnold Squash and N-word. His name is Clarence.
And Clarence has really, nice parents. From
Weirdo Smelly Pussy for 5. I saw leftists on X hating the trailer and threatening to boycott this movie because Sabra, the Jewish hero, is in the trailer. Yeah, I mean, that we've known that she was going to be a part of it for a while. But I didn't see too many people on Twitter saying that, I guess. There was, like, some people making noise, but I didn't see, like, a huge movement of people. Stay at Home Hippo for 2. Not a $1 billion movie, just the bill. Hashtag cap bust. Taker for 5. I hope Deadpool says something like, whatever profits we make off this piece of shit, they're going to piss away on the next one, aren't they? Thaddeus Thunderclad for 2. Tired of seeing Gus Fring as a generic villain. Yeah, he's playing like GW Bridge, which is kind of like a weird villain. I guess that, I'm surprised they're using him for that instead of maybe something bigger.
He is a phenomenal actor. He could play any type of role. He could play any role. I would like to see him doing more for sure.
He doesn't need to be the good guy. It's okay. He can keep playing bad guys. Jason Yankovic for 5. They're trying to have a B-lister carry a $400 million movie. Also, no Bucky Barnes in the trailer. Makes me think the rumor of him being removed is true. I think a lot of Bucky scenes may also have been reshot. I don't think he's being removed. I think he was seen on set. Actually, he was on set for Thunderbolts. He has a whole different movie that he's being in. So I don't know if he is going to make an appearance in this movie or not. This Captain American suit is literal perfection. It will be when it fits a black man. Come on, man. Anyway, MAGA, Trump 2024, 199, Felon 47, Dragon Supreme for 279. They should just call it Falcon the movie. Cole Hauser, the only true Captain America is Conrad Duke Hauser. Yo, Joe.
Let's go.
Albert, not a retro 5. You were a parent during Cabbage Patch Kids chaos. You know how truthful Jingle All the Way was. My dad told me how crazy it was getting one for my sis.
It really is. It really is. By the way, Cole Hauser, I'm such a loser. I've been watching GI Joe stop motion fan films on YouTube. That's the best GI Joe content I can get outside of obviously the comic run is phenomenal right now. The Cobra Commander run is excellent.
Chris B, this is a perfect example of the innate actual racism. Instead of doing this as a Falcon movie led by Sam, they believe black characters can only succeed in white roles, i.e. acting white. Gohan creates Prometheus Creations for 5. Daniele D'Andrade is the perfect reason for me to get stopped by a cop and frisked, LOL. Emphasis on her initials, LOL. Is that hot cop people were talking about yesterday on Twitter?
I don't know if that's her name, but she was fucking hot. The one in Hollywood, Florida. Holy shit.
Cole Hauser for 2. This is why I love Ryan. I don't know what that's referencing, but thank you. Swords and Starships for 5. For the Send Ryan and Jay to Midwest Fur Fest Fund. Also thumbs up for Commander and the First Officer hosting.
So, I don't know if you know about this.
I'm not going.
I said we should get a fund going so I could send Ryan and Jay to is it Midwest Fur Fest that Tobias was talking about, and Jay said he'd do the Canadian Bear, and I'm like, we got to have Ryan there. Like, we got to have Ryan at the FurCon with Jay and Canadian Bear, and so that's the thing now, Ryan.
You don't want to send me there. You might have a repeat of what happened like a decade ago.
Let's just move on.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm scared to fucking find out.
Let's see.
Listen. Everybody's saying like, oh, you guys sold out. Listen to this shit we're saying. When we can find someone that's willing to give us money to read their ad, we're going to fucking take it. There's not a lot of people out there that's willing to put up with this bullshit, okay? So we do appreciate it, all right? Fuck. This show is fucking terrible. The hell's wrong with us?
I can't find what I was looking for.
Thank God.
It probably wouldn't be appropriate anyway.
Probably would.
No, I'm not going. I'll quit before I go to a furry convention for Geeks and Gamers. I'm not even joking. Fully problematic for 5. Ron Swanson is my fictional spirit animal. Ryan Kinnell is my semi-fictional spirit animal. Thank you.
Tweeted Tone says Jeremy sold out. I knew this day would come. I'm unsubscribing and subscribing again.
Darth Racer for 10. Jeremy, what did you think of the 2025 Mustang GTD? Get one?
No, I'm not I actually was talking to somebody. Somebody was over at my house yesterday working on something, and he was looking at my cars, and he was looking at my Mustang, and we were talking about it because mine is a 2013, which I think 2015 is the last year of that particular body style, and then it kind of moved. I don't like the Shelbys are amazing though. But just the GT models, I just don't like the newer front ends on them. My favorite recent Mustang is 2005 to 2009, which is what I was looking for when I was buying one. I couldn't find one. The only thing I don't like about the 2005 to 2009 is it's got the 4.6 engine. I've got the 5.0. But I'll just when I put a Shelby front end on mine, I'll be completely satisfied. But I haven't seen the newer one you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. I have a Nissan. Let's see. Beardo's smelly pussy for 5. Ryan hating black people and Jeremy bragging about his forklift certification, typical for a G&G stream. I wasn't hating. I was just saying what the messiest part of the store was for some reason. Hayden for 10. A lot of Jeremy's trolls are just people so mad that he told them the wrong wood or shingles back in his Home Depot days.
I did look. It wasn't that bad. I did qualify and saying like I'm not really an expert, but if I was to guess, you should probably go with this. It's not like I actually like.
Yeah, that's more fucked up than anything I've done in my life.
Yeah,
is having
really
somebody
bad.
come and ask you for advice on home improvement, and you just blatantly tell them
I would
bullshit,
never do that.
and their house falls apart.
I qualified it because it was just a constant thing. So it would be like I'm not an expert on this. I have never built this type. Like I've roofed houses before, and I've actually I roofed a house here in Pensacola a long time ago, and it has withstood every fucking hurricane since then. This was like 15 years ago. I roofed a house. And I'm very proud. I drive past that house every time there's a fucking bad storm. I'm like, all right, the roof is still intact, baby. but I'm not an expert. I can lead you probably in the best direction possible, but I always qualify it being like, I don't know exactly. I know I have an orange apron, but I'm not an expert.
Old Curdy Bastard for 5. Worked retail for 15 years. Been out of it for 5. I still front and face product everywhere I go.
Yes.
It's a sickness.
It is. You just can't get away from it. Like, I can't stand it. I'll do it in the fucking refrigerator. Open the refrigerator and start like facing all the stuff out. And then somebody will go in there and screw it up. And it pisses me off. Kurt
Angle stare for 2. I'm going to smoke shop and pull in and face in front. Thank you, Kurt Angle. Over on Rumble, Mighty Megatron. Oh, actually, hold on. I missed this one. B. Barrett for 2. Was that MCU fan in the song? I said that. Bronsonite for $1. Incredible. They think this is entertaining. A dumb, clappy, shitty musical, gay, happy, horseshit nonsense. Exactly the element running Disney from their bubble, forcing it on us. Vault 95 Survivor for $1. Jay improves super chats by adding words that aren't there. It helps Beardo's reading. Mighty Megatron for 2. Put a spit guard on the mic, Ryan. Too much hawk tua. B. Barrett for 2. Lincoln took a blast from behind. He did. Vault 95 Survivor, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the retard, and Jeremy's getting pretty old. Valog Evermore for 5. Worst part about working at Toys R Us during the holidays was rebuilding the entire store after closing. Yeah, it is kind of a fucking nightmare. Around the holidays for sure.
Hey, pull this one up real quick. Greg ratioed President Biden on Twitter.
Oh, really? Yes. Oh, with the Did he ratio Biden or someone else?
No, he ratioed President Biden's official account.
He ratioed Kamala Harris the other day too.
Look at this shit. It's so good. Oh man, Biden's such a fucking joke.
Which Putin are you referring to?
God, what a disaster, dude. What a disaster.
But it's kind of like you said, it's transcended just political people. It's now just people that want engagement on Twitter are making fun of Biden. Like, that's really what it is. Like,
Justin Channel says, I hope Jeremy's reading chat because he's not answering super chats for shit. What do you mean? Justin, I read the chat constantly. So Justin, I believe it was you. I have to scroll back up and see. But I believe you were talking about the roofing, right? Was it you when I said I roofed that house? Trying to see. I'm not sure, but I think somebody was saying about the roof. They're like, you did not roof that house yourself. Someone was saying that. And I don't know if it was him or not. But yeah,
you probably had a couple people helping you, yeah?
So, well, yeah, of course I did. I mean, but I was the main on it. But Justin's really mad. So
I can't believe you're not answering every single person in a 3,000 people chat, Jeremy.
I know. I'm a fucking piece of shit.
Let's see. Elite Neo for 10. Major props and respect for forklift drivers and the precision that skill set requires. Seen enough forklift fail videos of the entire warehouse getting taken out from just the slightest bump or nudge.
It's scary, man. It's scary. The first time so at Home Depot we had the main forklift, and we had the reach truck, and then we had the order picker. The reach truck, when you picked up like something heavy off of the very, very, very top shelf, that reach truck, it would feel like it was about to tip over. It was terrifying the first few times. You got used to it after the fact, but the first time you pick up like a pallet of pavers or something off the top shelf, that reach truck, kind of you feel it tilt just a bit when you pick it up. You're like, oh shit, scary as hell.
Nagernal, I'd rather be a virgin than someone who thinks Jimmy Kimmel's skit is funny. Brian Keith, Giancarlo Esposito is in a lot of films and TV shows, almost as much as Pedro Pascal. But I like Esposito every time he's on screen, unlike Pascal. I actually like Pedro Pascal in most things I see him in.
Why did Justin Channel stop crying as soon as I fucking respond?
Arnold Squash and N-word for Aussie 3. Filoni and Drake have what in common? Both fuck dogs. Thank you. The Ministry of Wrongthink. Freaking auto-erect, messing up my super chat. Now these things happen. Dan Ryman for 5. If Trump transitioned to a woman, do you think he'd call himself Ivana Humpa Trump? Probably not. C. Black, Russo brothers was brought in to produce the new Captain America movie. Well,
Are they?
I will say this: when people get producer credits on things, those can have very different meanings.
Yes, they can.
Because again, you know where Falcon was introduced in the MCU, it was in Captain America: Civil War, which is made by the Russo brothers. So, like, my guess is they're still tied to those characters. That's my guess, but don't really know.
Where did you go, Justin Channels? I've not seen you since I finally responded to you. All that complaining.
John Plott. Hail Jeremy and Ryan and G&G mods and chats. Ryan, you glad Leslie Headland's Acolyte horror show is nearly over? Only one more episode to go. Thank God.
I've been thoroughly enjoying the views.
Bush and Ryucat becomes a member. Thank you. Project Taco for 2. How do you send super chats? You got to try again. Naggardnall. That's why I don't call it Twitter. Twitter was a platform that would have no problem letting the government tell who and what to censor. X is not. I call it Twitter. Going to be streaming Hunt tonight on Twitch for the new drops. Tomac was a big help getting it all reset up. Shout out to the GCA. Hope it all works.
Hail to the GCA.
Bush and Ryucat. Commander Jeremy and Ryan Kinnell, a.k.a. Lil John Cena. Jeremy, I won't see Chris Gore's funeral for Star Wars because while the movies and shows are dead, the games aren't. I'm giving Star Wars Outlaws a chance.
Hey, I respect it. I think Star Wars Outlaws is going to be a piece of shit, but I respect it.
I would say if you compare Star Wars games that have come out lately to Star Wars games that used to come out, you should think the Star Wars games are fucking dead too. That's how I feel about them, at least. Andre CR, Ryan's mic was sold by Chris Gore. It's having a stroke. I bought this mic when Chris Gore was selling it. He was doing a sale on his Twitter. He actually autographed it for me. So that's where I bought the mic.
Chat, there's still 3,000 people here, and there's still 400 on Rumble. I've seen a little bit of it, but I really want to see the Chris Gore Electronics meme never go away. I want this to be a long-standing meme. Chris Gore Electronics, I want you guys to go over to Chris's channel, thank him for selling you the laptop, but then complain. He's like, Chris, I ordered a laptop from you, and it does turn on. Like, there's the password lock on it. Like,
yeah, send a super chat to Film Threat. Hey, Chris. Hey, Alan. I love you guys so much. Chris, I just had a question. That laptop you sold me, I really appreciate you signing it, even with the shaky signature. But for some reason, I can't get it to turn on.
That just needs to be a meme that never goes away. The Chris Gore Electronics meme.
M. Campia U fan for 5. The only period movie where pop music was used right, A Knight's Tale, maybe Robin Hood, Men in Tights. It has to be movies that aren't serious, right? Like that are clearly comedies or parodies and stuff like that. Matt for 10 got the big 5-0 coming up next week. Wasn't feeling too terrible about it until now. Thanks, Ryan. Going forward, I will use my super chats to advocate for a ginger side. So long, gay boys. Motherfuckers think I have red hair.
I know.
Zach for 199. Sounds like Ryan is deep throating Jeremy. Funny for 5. Amanda's interview on The View is absolute cringe. I mean, come on now. We're open to criticism. Lies.
Lies. All lies.
There's David Hand's $50 super chat again.
Thank you, David.
Guess it's cool to let your employees diss your fans these days. I'll send my money elsewhere. Hail, gents. James O.P. James Ott for 5. I think the flat out she stole the black eyes and smoke idea from Supernatural TV series. Hail to 199.
Hail.
Ian, Geeks Gamers Daily, Wire. We're going to call it next. Ron Cook, they cured Ryan's STDs. Lord Botho, Ryan Shapiro with the ad reads. They needed someone who could read. That was one of the prerequisites. Breezy's Comics and Collectibles. Hail G&G. Ryan is the best out of y'all figs. House of the Dragon's so good. Filling the rest of my letter count. Fuck Jeremy. Glad you got all you could out of it. SBZ for 5. Jeremy's Cameron Ryan's Mike definitely need help from the wellness company. G&G play highlights. Going hard D. Lee Wire, I see. John Platt gives some membership. Thank you. C Black for 5. Thoughts on Cillian Murphy as Dr. Doom? That's the rumor.
I think his career is operating at a level that he does not need to go anywhere near the MCU.
I don't think it's gonna be him. Put it that way.
That dude's hitting on a different level right now. He needs to stay as far away from the MCU as possible.
Chris Grogu for 199. Can't wait for your review on next week's Shit Episode 8.
Let's go.
Andre CR, people are watching The Acolyte might feel sick to their stomach. If so, then go to the wellness company and unlock 10% with code 199. Ministry of Wrongthink for 199. That's not the back shots I thought Lincoln took. Eugenio Olivencia for 5. Check out the poster for Brave New World. They know they can't sell the movie with just Sam. It's probably one of those generic superhero movies that like all the fucking characters on it. Ryan's Broken Mic for 5. Love watching you guys every day roasting Disney, Star Wars, and LMAO when Jeremy's camera dies and Ryan's mic mumbles. You guys are awesome. Hugs from Puerto Rico.
That freaking profile picture. Perry Chan did you wrong in that one, man.
It's a really good edit, God.
I almost did a reaction to that shit here on this channel, dude. It was so good.
It's a very good edit job.
My reaction to her music video has over 300,000 views.
That's pretty crazy.
And you know what the video was right after that was the first James O'Keefe Disney tapes video, and that has over 400,000 views.
God damn.
Yeah.
Sketch for 2. Blah. Thank you.
I think I'm going to be a trailblazer and start doing reaction content on YouTube. I'm going to be one of the first. I'm going to be one of the first.
You're going to start a whole new genre out there, Jeremy.
I'm one of the first.
It's crazy. Like, we all know Jeremy's super fucking lazy. Just look at his thumbnails. But he's so stupid. It took him this long to find out how he could be lazy with reaction videos.
Dude, your boy Zach was crying about my thumbnails yesterday. He made a video. He was so mad about my thumbnails, and then he's talking about how like all of our humor is like loading dock humor. Like, yeah, that's exactly what we are. We're just regular fucking. If I wasn't on YouTube, I'd drive a forklift right now. Of course,
you would be in a loading dock.
Literally, that's who I am. Like, you think that's like is that supposed to upset me? He's like, you're just appealing to loading dock humor. It's not funny. It's like, that's literally why people watch us, because we're just average retards with internet connection.
Jason Yankovic for 5. I'm hoping to see Gladiator 3 starring Keanu Reeves. Also Gladiator 4, 5, 6, and 7 starring him. Skywalker Club for 10. As someone who likes most of the EU and animated shows like TCW, I realize the bad of Acolyte or Boba Fett, but I've liked the shit like Ahsoka. It's a shame disagreements are racist now.
It's very true.
I think Ahsoka's shit, but I don't think it's not for any racism. It's for, I think it's poorly written, poorly acted. I think the dialogue and the pacing are awful for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, it's true. You don't like something, you're a racist now. Adam Magus says, yo. Theseus Minor for 70. It's more realistic the Force historically reacts by creating a chosen one when anyone tampers grotesquely with the Force, so that another one should have been created to counter OSHA. Highlander for 5. This super chat brought to you by Corn Nuts. Bust a nut, grab a bag of corn nuts and bust a nut. Jay Prez for 5. A furry convention in Chicago 2014, I think, was subjected to a chlorine gas attack. Pretty sure that's what Ryan was thinking about. Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking about. And it was like completely overhyped. It was basically people accidentally spilled chemicals in a fucking, like, in a janitor's closet, but it got blown out of proportion. Elite Neo for 5. Just looked up Daniele de Andrade. Yep, heading down to Hollywood, Florida to commit some crimes and get arrested by her. Jedi Ben for 5. My daughter engineered the headlights of the new Mustang and even didn't buy a new one. She went with a Mach 1 from last year. Beardo's Smelly Pussy for 199. Jeremy, check Trump's new meme on Truth.
All right, I'll check it out.
I hate this on his Truth. Ugh.
I hate the name True Social. I hate it.
DEI gave us the Acolyte, yet they question why we don't want DEI when it comes to pilots and DRs. Jesus for a gifted membership. Thank you. Ryan, are you in a Hot D episode 4 video? I will be. I wanted to do it yesterday. I didn't get to it. It'll happen some point before Sunday. Spider Claw for 2. Ryan, Falcon was introduced in Winter Soldier. That's what I said, yeah?
I think you did.
And that the Russos did that, yeah? Russos did Winter Soldier, am I right?
I don't remember. Did they?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, they are best known for directing 4 films in the MCU, starting with Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So that's what I said, and that's why I believe they're probably producers or getting producing credit on this because it's a
Oh, they're saying
character
you
they-
said Civil War. They said you said Civil War.
Oh, if I said that,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I meant
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, because that obviously is where we see Falcons.
I personally have never mixed up films on the internet when talking about them. So Ryan, get on my level. I have never done that, and I've never been clipped doing that. So you need to tighten up, okay?
I need to tighten up for sure. I had a Biden moment, okay?
I've never done that.
Vice President Trump.
It's a good thing I've never been clipped saying I love The Last Jedi. It's a damn good thing of. What did it say? I think it did a damn good job of what it needed to do for Star Wars. Never said that. Never meant that as The Force Awakens. No. Although
But yeah,
at this point in time,
if I said something else, I meant Winter Soldier. Obviously, that's when we did see Falcon introduced into the MCU. So,
although that clip about me saying that about Last Jedi, even if I would have said The Force Awakens like I meant to say, that probably wouldn't have helped my case
still
either.
a bad
'cause
look.
It's still a bad look.
Christian Rock revived Jeremy. Tell us about his jobs a lot, but the one he hasn't talked about is being a fluffer for gay men, but it wasn't even for adult films.
Do you want me to read?
Someone says judge dismissed case against Alec Baldwin.
Really? I don't see any breaking news at the moment.
I don't see anything like that. So
let's see. Did you see that clip? Is that clip for real last night during the ESPYs where somebody said, I should have been dead years ago, and the camera cuts to Damar Hamlin? Did that happen?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's amazing. Yeah, I don't see any news on that yet.
Thanks, Cable Watson. Taker for 5. Birds of Gay and Fantabulous Emancipation of 1. Abraham Lincoln. You guys think? Do you guys think the Force saved May, or is that hole a shortcut to the outside? I think that May died and was respawned basically at that Boonta tree thing, because I think that tree is actually like the Virgins or whatever. Kurt Angle, go ahead.
This is from the New York Post. CNN quietly disbands race and equality team as part of layoffs. That's fantastic. That is from the New York Post. CNN quietly disbands race and equality team as part of layoffs. Go fuck yourself if you're part of those teams. I'm not the type that typically celebrates people losing their jobs. If you're part of the race and equality team of CNN, go fuck yourself.
Kurt Angle's stare for 2. Jeremy or Frank Gore cam sucks. Hanzo Sword. Ryan is utterly unflappable when you try to call him gay. Absolute boss. I'd like for him to read the news report when the asteroid comes. The asteroid's coming. We're fucked. Oh, well. I'll be happy. Jesus Davila. Ryan, if you ever visit Gears 3 campaign, or Jeremy, if you ever visit the Gears 3 campaign, would highly recommend just revisiting Gears 2 campaign, as it definitely affects the 3rd.
Noted.
London Workman. If Jeremy was a worm, but 100% sentient, I'd still squish him. Thanks. Sierra Tan, hail Geeks and Gamers. Have a safe trip to Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Easter Utter Destruction. Super chats are ads for the person's thoughts. It's true.
That is very true.
Thoughts on narrow boating with Nigel. At this point, I just want to watch MCU Fan, the movie. Chikara for 20 for Ryan's cat ears to wear at a furry convention. Fucking waste of 20 Swedish dollars, but thank you, Chikara. We're caught up.
And we are caught up, ladies and gentlemen. Another one in the books. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And I don't know what's happening with CobraCast tonight because I am getting ready for my trip. I've got to talk to Jay. Something will happen. It might be an abbreviated version. It might be audio only, but a show will happen over on D-Day Cobra tonight. So we will see how that goes. But let me see. Oh, AD the Demon Slayer says Lucasfilm is money laundering. I don't know about that. I just think they're getting money from a lot of different places that they don't have to worry about their profits on these films at this point in time. But I think that that's going to dry up on them sooner than later. That's what I think. I can't wait to watch the Ray movie flop. I think the Dave Filoni movie is going to flop. James Mangold is making a movie?
Yeah.
And I think that one's going to... Honestly, that might be the best of the three. But
those are like... That's not happening until like 2030 or something. It's like way too early to even like make a prediction on that, if it even happens. The Mando movie, the Mando and Grogu movie with Jon Favreau, I think that's going to be the first like good idea of what we're talking about. It's going to be the first Star Wars theatrical thing that's happened in 6 years, basically, when it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2019 for Rise of Skywalker to 2025, whenever this movie comes out. That's going to be a real like set point for where are we? If that movie comes out and makes $800 or $900 million, okay. If that movie comes out and makes $450 million, I have no idea what it's going to do.
Time will tell. But all right, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for roasting us, for having ad reads. Thank you for having fun with it with us. We do appreciate it. But I do genuinely appreciate them sponsoring us and for Rumble for working with us. Because like I said, we're going to keep being our stupid, retarded selves. And if there's people that are willing to sponsor us, I think that's a good thing. But we are fan-driven, more importantly. And thank you guys for all the support. And Friday Night Tights tonight. So go check out Nerdrotic. And then some weird fucking Cobra Cast is going to happen. I don't know what. And then next week, this show will be not having me and Ryan on it for the most part. And we're going to have a lot of guest hosts, G&G team members. So Alec Baldwin's
great advertisement.
Alec Baldwin's fingers says, have a great day, everyone. Wish me luck in court. Thank you. Look at that. Hayden says the wellness company is a great company. Look at that. See, somebody likes us around here. But me and Ryan will probably be able to. I know for like I'm going to try to at least pop in and make appearances while we're at the RNC on these live streams. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.